Michigan and Washington getting ready. But despite the fact that Washington won their third straight Pac-10 title, it has not been smooth sailing for the Husky football program. Marianne Grabavoy has more on that story.
New Year's Day 1992, just 365 days ago. For Don James and his Washington Huskies, it was the best of times. A 34-14 win over Michigan in the Rose Bowl, an unbeaten, untied season, their first ever college football national championship.
It was a great accomplishment. It was one of the greatest football teams in the history of our league, and it was truly a team that achieved enough on the field with a lot of quality young people that they deserved everything they got.
Although they'd end up sharing the national championship title with Miami, the Huskies had finally made their way to the promised land, powered by a sophomore quarterback sensation, Billy Joe Hobart, co-MVP of the Rose Bowl, a native son of Washington State. For Hobart, the future looked rosy.
20 years down the road, I might look back and say, God, this is probably the best day of my life.
And the worst day may have come in early November '92, when it was revealed Hobart received a $50,000 loan that may violate NCAA rules. In a 3-month spree, Hobart spent the $50,000 on cars, guns, and wild weekends with friends. The loan was deemed improper because Hobart had no assets to guarantee its repayment other than his potential earnings as a pro football player. The university ruled him ineligible to play. Billy Joe Hobart wanted to play again for the Huskies and considered petitioning the NCAA for reinstatement. But just this week, Hobart was in his attorney's office in Seattle and signed the papers making him eligible for the '93 NFL Draft. Just 2 weeks after the university was shocked by the Billy Joe Hobart deal, a senior linebacker, Danaka Smith, was arrested and charged with several counts of delivery of a controlled substance, said to be cocaine. He's been released on $75,000 bail, and a trial date will be set in early January. Smith's attorney told me, and I quote, "The portrayal of Danaka Smith as a renegade athlete getting rich on drug-dealing money is absolutely false. And we look forward to presenting the complete truth about how we became involved with undercover Seattle police operatives." If the Hobart and Smith situations weren't enough of a shadow hanging over James and the Huskies, on December 9th, the Los Angeles Times published an investigative report on the Washington program. In it, former Huskies charged that boosters gave them cash and other illegal benefits during their playing days. All of the players quoted in the article have been involved in failed lawsuits against the university.
One of the poorest exhibitions of yellow journalism I've ever seen. Writers that had talked to dozens of players and dozens that called me and said, "Coach, they called, I've said positive things," and not one positive thing came out of the article. The LA Times responded to Don James's charge of yellow journalism by saying, quote, "Once again, the messenger has been mistaken for the message. The preponderance of evidence is such that there are clearly problems in the Washington program. Everyone in the article was named, all parties were contacted and given a chance to respond." The NCAA has not launched a formal probe into these latest allegations. In fact, the last time Washington was sanctioned for NCAA major rules violations was 1955.
I believe in Don James. I believe in his integrity and what he means to this program at the university, what he's done in the community, and his commitment to the student athlete.
You are now in your 18th season as head coach. How important has it been to you personally to run a clean program?
Well, I've always said if I ever get fired, I'd rather get fired for defeats. I don't ever want to get fired for violations. So, you know, I feel real comfortable with our staff, though. I feel like this will all come out.
Meanwhile, an internal investigation is continuing at Washington. A news note in the Pac-10. ABC Sports has confirmed published reports in Southern California that Larry Smith and his coaching staff are out at USC. There are rumors, but these are just rumors, that John Robinson will be returning to the Trojans. But again, Larry Smith is out as head coach at USC after 6 years. And we'll continue with our Rose Bowl report in just a moment.